Let's begin what's trending with reactions trailing comments made by the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, during the party's presidential campaign rally in Abeokuta on Wednesday, in which he alleged that the powers that be were behind the fuel crisis and the scarcity of the new Naira notes to scuttle the election. Tinubu, while addressing a mammoth crowd of APC members and supporters at the MKO Abiola International Stadium, described the forthcoming election as a superior revolution that will usher in a new government, adding that the crisis was artificially created to discourage people from voting for the APC and that they will use their PVCs to take over the government.
Lédè iná àròpá wọn lè dá wàhálà lẹ̀ wọ́n sabotage epo wọ́n sabotage epo àrèpo àrèpo àrọ́kadà àrítràìsáìkù. Amalodibo, Amawole, Amadibo, Amawole. This is a superior revolution. And when I tell you, you know what I mean. You know me. Àwọn náà mọ bí tán kó sí ẹgbẹ́wó pamọ́ ẹgbẹ́po pamọ́ ẹgbẹ́ náírà pamọ́ a máa dìbò a máa wọlé a máa dìbò a máa wọlé.
Tinubu has created another slogan, Amawole, Amadibo. I love it. I'm learning Yoruba every day. But let's take these reactions before we discuss. Well, this is from Adenakan, who wrote, Tinubu just made a mockery of himself, Buhari and the APC. How can you say you will take power from them, that is the APC? Say they have started using fuel scarcity trick again. Who are they? APC? He said even without fuel, his fans should get their PVCs and vote them out. Who are they? The APC. Well, Akinsola wrote, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu speaks with confidence and he faces his challenges professionally. Oil marketers are trying to sabotage the government. We will overcome, all of you. Nigerians will vote for Mr. Solution. He has done it in Lagos before. He'll do it for Nigeria. Hashtag Tinubu in Ogun, the famous Ogun state. Well, APC's director on new media of the PCC, Femi Fani-Kayode, echoing Tinubu, said, whatever your plans are to scuttle this election, whatever through new Naira notes, fuel scarcity, or creating an atmosphere of fear and panic, you shall fail. The cat is out of the bag. We know the plan. We know who you are using. We know who is behind it. We know what to do. Well, I wonder what they know.
Will you vote whether there's fuel or not? Ọgbẹ́ revolution bọ̀. Ẹ ti ẹ̀dá tẹ́ ẹ bá mi sọ fún àwọn àgbàlagbà tó ń wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mi kan ọmọ jẹ́ kí n sọ tìlú mi.
Let me continue. While reacting to Tinubu's comments, author and activist Reno Mokri posted a video of President Muhammadu Buhari responding to the CBN's cashless policy and its newly redesigned Naira notes when he was in the United Kingdom last year. Well, Reno stated Tinubu's anger with the president is because he realizes it's game over and that he will now have to struggle for second place in the election. Let's take a look at that video.
This change of currency, I think there will be people a lot of money. But time has been given from October to December, 3 months. Is enough, whatever money you have, to get it changed through a legal system. So I don't know why people are complaining about it.
So despite the complaint, there's no going back on the policy?
No, there's no going back. There's no going back. My aim is to make sure that Nigerians believe that we respect them as an administration. So Nigerians should vote for whoever they like from whichever party. Nobody will be allowed to mobilize resources and thugs to intimidate people in any constituency. That's what I want to go down into Nigerian history for. Well,
Dr. Vati, other PDP members have responded to Tinubu's, which I call it outburst, in Ogun State. Frank Shaibu, Atiku's media aide, also stated that, Tinubu is using this for scarcity and the newly redesigned Naira notes, as an excuse for his imminent defeat at the polls. But I wanted also to address one of my other tweets. Could Tinubu be referring to the oil marketers, like one of my Twitter users, made reference to? And also, I'd like for you to, respond to Femi Fani-Kayode's tweet there, where he says he knows, they know who they are.
It's good you brought up the statement by Femi Fani-Kayode. I raised the point earlier that we were hoping that perhaps, the Tinubu campaign will come forward and say this is a case of misinterpretation, mischaracterization, and misrepresentation. But shortly after yesterday, we had Femi Fani-Kayode coming up with that tweet and saying, we know who they are. Yeah. We know what their plan is, and we are ready for them. We know what to do. We know who's behind it and all of that. Okay, I think these are critical questions that the Tinubu Shetima campaign and the APC Presidential Campaign Council will still have to answer. Who is behind it? What is their plan? And what do they intend to do? Apart from saying we should trek on election day if we can't get, tricycles to go and vote and serve their own purpose. However, even if we say it's innuendo that the APC presidential candidate stayed with, because he didn't mention Buhari's name expressly. But he said the powers that be. Yeah. Who are the powers that be in the country at the moment? The APC controlling government at the center. Fuel scarcity, Naira redesign. These are issues arising from state policy, either omissions or affirmations. So it's not marketers. Marketers are not the ones behind the fuel scarcity. In fact, left to the marketers, they would rather have fuel so that they can do business. And they make specific points about what they want. Yeah. They want food deregulation. They want access to forex. They want monopoly broken and a level playing field, given. So those cannot be the problems. Because I made the point yesterday that Dapman, Ipman, Moman, they are not members of that committee that has been set up that the president is chairing. The same day that the Buhari administration announced that they had set up a committee, it was an issue for the party's presidential candidate in Abeokuta. And we made the point that this is very strange. This is the first time that I have seen, I stand to be corrected, in Nigeria, that the presidential candidate of a sitting government will throw his own party, not just under the bus, under the train, because trains have become very notorious in Nigeria now. The trains are worse than the buses. Yes. The buses are still functioning. The trains, he just carried the party, the government, threw them under the bus. I'm surprised that Garuba Shehu, maybe he has not read the news. I'm surprised because by now we expect that Garuba Shehu will have come out. Yeah. No, instead it's the PDP that is defending the president. It's the Labour Party that is defending the president. Very strange. But I repeat the advice that I gave later on, that maybe until this election holds, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's handlers should stop him from going to Abeokuta. Because it's like each time he goes to Abeokuta, something dramatic happens. I don't know whether, I don't know what is responsible for that. But the other time when he talked about, no, we have good water in Abeokuta. Please, don't put down an important city that produces presidents and geniuses on a routine basis. So maybe he should stay away from there, so that it doesn't trigger that reaction. And then the people who were around him, they were laughing, they were echoing him. Look, psychophancy should not be a political strategy because intelligent people can see through it. They should engage their candidate and tell him that, look, certain things should not be said because you don't erode whatever gains you have made. But of course, President Buhari, I don't expect that personally President Buhari will respond. After all, he came to Lagos, he commissioned rice mill, he commissioned train, he commissioned everything. He didn't say a word. But you have him on tape here saying that Nigerians should vote for whoever they like.
Whoever they like.
And we've been told that the fit and proper persons under Section 131 of the Constitution and by the assessment and estimation of reasonable and right-thinking members of society should be the person that should be voted for. So the choice is yours as a member of the electorate. I don't know whether you have a PVC. I'm also not too sure. Maybe you'll be on duty on election day. But those who are not on duty, if they have PVCs, you make your choice. And it should be an informed choice.
Absolutely.
Nobody can dictate that to anybody. The president has said, vote whoever you want.
Absolutely, and that's where I'm going to take it from. The president's comment in London when he talked about the fact that people should vote whoever they want and that, the cashless policy was going to stay and that he wouldn't want any thuggery during the election. People are saying, this is another Ogun moment, our Ogun moment, where he goes, Emilo Khan, like it is my turn, and he is fighting back.
There's a lot of inspiration.
Saying he's fighting back.
There's a lot of inspiration in Abeokuta. Once you drink Abeokuta water, you're inspired. I'm talking about it, I'll prove you wrong. I think it's in the water.
Okay.
Can't you see that Chief Olusegun Obasanjo was walking over how many kilometers the other day at the 100-day celebration? So it's in
Did
the
you
water.
see his football game?
I saw his football game. He scored goals.
Yes.
So it's the inspiration, the bold inspiration of our Omo.
No, he did not always score goals.
Was a hat trick.
It's called a hat
And this is the January transfer window.
You see?
Please, maybe your team. We need
Chelsea that is
Baba Obasanjo to come and rescue
Come
your
and
team.
rescue you because we are not scoring goals. But please, two things we should never do. It's not about Mr. Emefiele. Please stop hounding the CBN policy. The policy for the betterment of all of us.
Yes.
There are challenges and teething problems, but stop attacking it. And it now shows politically the people that have been affected by the policy. Because it's urgent. When I press your neck, you will cry, isn't it? Just policy. The termination date of policy has not even started. People are already shouting. He said they hid money. I don't know who's hiding money. Maybe there are billion vans and everything everywhere that people can use to transport money and they can have proper GPS. So who is hiding the money? Who is hiding the fuel? And it's very obvious. And
But Femi Fani-Kayode says they know who they are. So we need to
them among themselves. They know who they are. Okay. They are the politicians among themselves. They know the games they are playing at the expense of Nigerians. Isn't it amazing? And that's why I want, please, he has to still go to Abeokuta once more. He has to go and speak again.
To bring another
we need to hear more.
We can't
because
have enough of it.
It was in Abeokuta we heard that Buhari cried. That Olule. Osukun. Lori television.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love my
So it is in Abeokuta too now that we are hearing that so he has to go back again so that we can hear more.
Okay.
And may they speak more. And then they can't reply now because they all know what's going on. I'm happy that Nigerians are seeing all of this with the political class and they can make their inferences. Please, Baba, Abeokuta Kekon, it remains one. Please.
All right. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned and brought in the perspective of the Nigerian people.
Yes. When
things like this happen, true winners are the Nigerian people.
Yes.
Because, they say when two elephants fight, the grass suffers. In this case, when two elephants fight, in this case, the Nigerian people are able to truly assess the candidates and make an informed choice. At the end of the day, we can laugh about these things, but these are serious issues that we would use to analyze who should be the best candidate for us as the next president of Nigeria. Talk about, and I'll just take one statement from what he said. We know that when politicians go to the campaign grounds, they make very flowery promises. And sometimes it's difficult to decipher which is a promise, which is just trying to play with the emotions of the people. One of the statements that he made yesterday, beyond all the things he said about sabotage, was that he was going to bring down the price of petrol. That once he gets into government is going to bring it down. They're asking for 200 naira, part of sabotage. Then you begin to ask the question. In his manifesto, he's given a stance on what he will do with regards to subsidy if he does become president. And then he's now saying that he's going to bring down the price of petrol. How is he going to do it? When you make promises like that, then you're telling the Nigerian people that perhaps we shouldn't take what you speak or what you say at campaign grounds very seriously if you're speaking from both sides of your mouth. So that's another aspect that we must begin to, microscopically look at and see just how truthful these people are to us. But again, with the Naira redesign policy, we can see now how much of an effect it's having, aside from the other parts of, the economy that the CBN governor identified, including reducing inflation or bringing down inflation, is the impact it would have on our next election.
Well said, Aya. All right, then.
Say you don't watch finish, you want run. Listen to what I want to talk. You get what I want to talk. Just listen. Just like the time when Tinubu come out, that I can't talk say Emilio con. Now the same thing I they do now. That way in the shout that Emilio con. That and they don't the gay issue of who will represent the party. Now we make a come out they talk say Emilio con. That Emilio con when they talk now the people with the APC now in the follow talk that thing. No be Nigerians in the follow talk. Emilio con. Now the people he gave me to where they don't do for inside. When we say inside that meeting, they don't already tell and say, guy, he fly this thing. Now that's it, because I remember say, I don't once come and talk, say, Tinubu is, the video they online now. Wait, he talk, say, Tinubu they sick, Tinubu no fit do this, Tinubu no fit do all those way he talk that time. But all of a sudden, because finally they no get choice, the man come out, he voice out, you don't tell them, say, no, you won't read me, this kind of thing no be happen. Now be that a milocon. Now finally, you don't collect the flag. The one come, see, we now know what Tinubu no understand. Tinubu no understand say Nigerian this election is dey different from Lagos election. Now what he no understand. It is say presidential election dey like states. You know say state now it dey easy to coordinate and control or manage the situation. But this is national. See, this is Nigeria, Federal Republic of Nigeria. See, the worst thing wey go happen to you in your life be say una dey 10. You dey waka dey go somewhere and 9 people dey escort you. You think say the 9 people dey with you, they go that place. And you know say out of that 9, say 7 face back. Na 2 dey with you. But 7 face. Like say you dey waka now, 7 people face dey na back na face, but they dey waka with you. They dey waka with you, but na like this na their face. Na here na their face dey. But they dey waka with you. You can't think say una plenty. If they ask you how many are you, we go say, we are 10. Nah, go check very well. Go count how many were on a day. Prophet TB Joshua has said it, and it can be stamped till tomorrow. He said they should be vigilant that a lot of people will pretend to be with them, but they will not be with them. They will be with them in flesh, but they will not be with them in spirit. Tinubu should go and settle down. And if Tinubu, see, I no pray make him win this election. That is my own, because this man, the way they just like what this Najat they talk, say if he win, na him wife na him go be the president. Now waiting that woman talk, no be me talk am. Say if Tinubu win this election, na him wife na him go be the president, na him go dey control everything, no be him. So just like that way they talk, yeah, I know say Tinubu Tinubu don't try. He has actually hustled, he has tried, and it should be resting. At least they enjoy the glory of all the effort, or possibly they do become a kingmaker officially. It would have been easier for Tinubu if he said, okay, Oshibajo, or this person, then he backed the person up. Tinubu cannot sit down and see somebody rip somebody when he bring come out. He no fear, the fear happen for him under his watch. But because he's the one in the front line, and this battle no be battle of the weak, na battle of the strong. So now waiting they happen to them. Now he begin to see reality. Nigerian election no be joke. Nigeria election, if you want understand, if Tinubu want understand the election where they happen, where they do for Nigeria, make Tinubu jejely go meet Obasanjo. If you want understand this election, what you want to do, now Obasanjo fit explain that to them. But he no understand. From the beginning, they don't tell and say, guy, this way we they follow. Road no there more. This way we want follow road no there. He no agree understand. You be Southerner. You join her, make sure say Southerner come up for power. You bring Northerner come put. You can't think say Northerner go trust you. when e reach your turn. See, make I tell you something, if you sell your brother give somebody, give outsider, that outsider wey you sell your brother give no go ever trust you, because you know, say for you to sell your brother, there is every tendency say you to sell outsider no go even hard you. See, wetin Tinubu dey see for this election now na still the tip of an iceberg. He never see wetin dey sup. He no even know wetin dey happen. He never even know wetin dey sup. As e dey like this now, make him go put eye for water. Make him fit see very well. He never know wetin dey go on.